Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Uma. I have something to show you before we get started with today's run. So, at the end of the last video, I said I was going to run back a Satono Diamond, see if we could improve on the run that we put together yesterday, get our hands on Fast and Furious, still manage to have Medium S, do all of the other things that we were looking for. But at the last minute, I decided, you know what, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to knock out the race completions for the JD Derby special event because I just don't really feeling like seeing that checkbox in my runs. So I put together an El Condor Passat parent run, same deck we've always used for parents, and it produced this. I would say that's pretty good. That is a higher score by an incredibly wide margin than anything else we've been able to produce. If we go ahead and sort by rating, our previous highest runner up to that point was the digital that we have in our team trials run. This is nearly 2,000 points higher. It is a massive gap between our previous strongest runner and the current runner. And it really was not anything special. It was just consistently good shops. It was also consistently good trainings. Every single time we had a turn where I didn't want to race because I wanted to avoid race fatigue, I had at least a single rainbow. I had energy management in the shops, I had ankle weights, I had megaphones, I had cleat hammers, I had everything. She ran 46 races, she won all of them, we had fast learner, we bought a ton of skills at the end of the run. And I have always been a proponent for saying that a higher rank doesn't necessarily make a better runner. This is not an L that we're going to be using in team trials. Because if you actually look at these skills, they're all over the place. She's at 850 stamina, but we still have recoveries. We have a stamina debuff skill that works on mediums. We have a skill that only works on dirts. We have multiple skills in here that only work on miles, I believe. We have speed eater, acceleration, it's like, whatever, mile straightaways, up tempo. So the skills are all over the place. Yeah, we have a lot of them, but if we slot her into dirts, not every skill is going to trigger. If we slot her into mediums, not every skill is going to trigger. There is a small advantage here in that this L will push our rating higher, which means that we will encounter other team trial players that have higher ratings and therefore earn more points, because your team trials rating scales off of the difficulty of the opponents you're up against. But I think I'd rather just make a purpose-built dirt L for eventually when we replace the team trials runner that we have. But the other thing is that this was supposed to be a parent run. And so when we go ahead and we look at the sparks, 2 Stam is pretty good, 2 Turf is pretty good, 2 Victoria Pourplanche is pretty good, but it keeps scrolling. And it scrolls, and it scrolls, and it scrolls. This is, I think I counted it at 21 white sparks, which is the most white sparks I have ever seen on anything, ever. So it goes without saying that that L is now going to be the profile bar. The sparks are very all over the place. Like half of those are race sparks, and there's nothing super high value in there. There's not groundwork, there's not Umastan, there's not tail held high, there's not slipstream or updrafters, there's none of, or playtime's over, rather. There's none of the stuff that you would really want on a good high quality parent. But if you just want a massive quantity of white sparks, there you go. There's trainer ID for you. I apologize in advance for how expensive it's going to be to borrow a UG2 parent, but I think she will be a phenomenal grandparent, and I'm looking forward to seeing what any of you can do with it if you choose to borrow it for your own runs. So as far as what we actually want to do today, we can stop navel-gazing our own runners for just a little bit. We want to work on our third Cancer CM ace, and that is going to be Grass Wonder. So I am not a huge fan of running debuffers. I am a fan of running debuff skills when I think they're relevant. I think Dominator is a good skill. I think Hesitant Pace Chasers is going to be really, really good in this CM. But I don't like building debuffers. Purpose-built runners who only exist to make other runners worse, but have no chance themselves of actually winning a race. So our plan for this Grass Wonder is not going to be to build a debuffer. It's going to be to build an ace that has access to Dominator. But I was thinking about the fact that we have a bunch of hint books outstanding, and I have to imagine that pretty much any time we're putting a Grass Wonder together, we're probably going to be buying Tether and Dominator. So I think before we start the run today, I'm going to go ahead and just upgrade these, because these are going to be skills that we use going forwards basically anytime we put Grass together. She's a fairly purpose-built backline medium distance runner who exists to make other runners slower and then pass them in the process. So we can bump that up a little bit. I don't think I'm going to have enough... Yeah, I don't have enough Dream Glimmers to actually take Dominator up one, but we can at least get 2 hint levels into Tether, and we can make that slightly cheaper in the run. Because that is going to be a core part of our debuffing package going forwards. So let's go ahead and spin a run up. We'll take our Grass Wonder. Our biggest concern here is getting medium from B to A, but we're going to be using this for a medium CM, so that's not a problem at all. We don't need to get mile sparks from anywhere. We don't need to get long sparks from anywhere. We don't need to fix any other aptitudes. So we'll go ahead and find our Ryan in here, because we still want to get access to Let's Pump Some Iron and Moving Past and Beyond if we can get our hands on it. And then we also want to find our Maruzinski parent that we've been using. It is a mile parent, but I like a lot of the stuff that this Maruzinski does. I like the fact that we have Umastan. I like the fact that we get right-handed off of this. There's a lot going on here that I really do like, and the stamina really facilitates us hitting the stamina benchmark that we're looking for without actually needing to run a full stamina card. So we're going to stick with that Borrow, even though we don't necessarily need the Mile Sparks. I think it just makes the runs smoother overall to be getting a big chunk of stamina from Inheritance. And then we're going to go ahead and refine the deck a little bit. So this is the previous deck that we've been using for our Cancer Late Surgers. We'll go ahead and slot in our Seeking the Pearl guest Borrow here, because I think we still want Dauntless on this. It's just a good source of mid-race late surger velocity. But the one change that I'm going to make, because currently this build does not have access to a gold recovery, and I want to make sure that if we need one, we have access to one, so that we're not getting debuffed to pieces, we're going to go ahead and drop Agnes Tachyon for Sotono Diamond Wit. Because that is going to get us access to Lion Weight, or Be Still, whatever the gold version is. I think the gold version is Lion Weight. Yeah. So we have a chance to get Lion Weight off of this. The one thing that's awkward about running Sotono Diamond is that we don't really have an opportunity to put the training effectiveness online. So this Wit card requires us to have 4 or more different card types in order to increase our training effectiveness, and right now we only have 3. 3 speed, 1 power, 2 wit. But the thing about Grass Wonder is that Grass Wonder has 20% speed growth and 10% power growth, which means that we could think about dropping either Tosin Jordan or Shinko Windy for a Guts card. And I know you've heard this from me a ton of times already, but we do have a gold crystal sitting around right now, and I do kind of like what Admire Vega does as a card. Speed bonus, race bonus, good mood effect, good initial friendship gauge. She has a little bit of specialty priority, but it's not so much that she's stuck on Guts, so she can roam around to some other places and give us mood effect. I want to try this out. I don't know if it's going to be good, but I do want... Wait, what can I uncap? Oh, it's probably the event card, isn't it? Yeah, it's the Rob Roy event card. There we go. But I want to try it out. I want to see if running a solo Guts card and turning on Sotono Diamond's condition is going to be worth the price of admission, so to speak. So if we go to level up, and we filter on just our SR Guts cards, we take Admire Vega. We have 1 crystal. We can push her to 3. And I don't really have any other plans for these gold crystals going forwards. So I might as well use it on Vega if we still have like a month and some change of Track Blazer left. And then we can go ahead and level you. Take you all the way to 40. And we'll see how that does. So this is still going to get us 13% race bonus. It does mean we're missing out on power bonus, which is a little bit of a detriment, but we'll see if 2 speed cards and a Guts card and a little bit of inheritance on the side is good enough to carry that stat. And if it's not, then there's a few other things that we could try here. We could drop Sotono Diamond for, like, Super Creek, although I don't really love that. Or we could just try and hit an even 800 stamina, and we could put Agnes Tachyon back in there. So there's a few different approaches that we can try, and I think our CM prep has been going well enough so far that I would be interested in gambling with a few different approaches to deck construction just to see if we can pull something a little bit better out of the cards that we have to work with. So, taken together, this is 20, 25? No, yeah, 25, 35, 40, 53, 53 race bonus, so we're above our 50%. It'd be nice to get it a little higher, but I think it'll be fine as is. And we'll see how we do here. The other thing that I could do is I could drop Tosin Jordan for Shinko Windy. That would put us at like 58 race bonus, but I really want those starting stats out of Tosin Jordan. I want that speed, I want that power, because it just makes our early career that much smoother to be able to win these junior year races, even if training isn't great. So, we have 1 on wit, 2 on speed, 1 everywhere else. Let's go ahead and put an initial dent in our energy so that if we do take wit trainings later, we can get something for it. Wit skill points versus speed. I think speed will probably be okay. So for now, let's take wit and skill points, because I would like to have the skill point budget. 1, 2, 1, 2. That seems like a fine wit training. I do not need a tutorial, thank you. 1 friend, no friend, 2 friend, 2 friend. So wit is -1 friend here. I do want to level speed up, especially if we're only running 2 speed cards. I'd like to train speed fairly aggressively. So let's see if we can get a few levels into that speed training early and make sure that we're building our stats a bit there. One friend on speed, 1 friend on wit, 2 on guts, 1 on power, 1 on stamina. I'm okay taking wit here because it's fine motion. It's a card that I would like to get to gold as soon as possible. 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. Wow, these are horrible. Let's just go ahead and recreate. I don't want anything to do with those trainings. Power 5, wit 5 versus speed 10. Again, maybe this is aggressive, but let's see just how far we can go if we never take speed out of events and we just trust our trainings to get us there. Because we are running double speed, double wit. That's a lot of incidental speed training. That's also just going to be a speed training. There's 3 friends there. So let's go ahead and take that. This is really early to be blowing through Satono Diamond's event. I don't think we're going to get Lion Weight for that. But maybe B still will be good enough. 1 on speed, 2 on wit. I think that's just a better wit training for friendship growth. No wit. 3 speed. That's definitely going to be a speed training. We'll look at the other stuff, but there's nothing going on there. Speed to 2. That's exactly what we want to be doing. Speed 20 versus Stam 20. Let's get our stamina up a little bit, just so that we can be thinking about running the helpful stakes at the end of the year. 3 on power, 3 on stamina. I feel like I should probably take the power training, because these 2 friendships are lower, and also power is just going to be more valuable than stamina as a stat. So let's do that. But this probably forces us into a rest. Yeah, this is insanely early to get Lion Weight. Ah, never mind, we'll just get it anyway. That's a good sign. 2 on wit. This isn't a horrible wit training, I guess. And we could just rest next turn. We're not going to be able to take a training next turn because this doesn't give us enough energy back, but maybe we hit slow metabolism or something. And then if we don't, we can take a rest and we go into the debut at 100 energy, and then we can just train afterwards. I think I'm okay with most of the ways that could potentially work out. No friend, 2 friend, no friend, 1 friend, 2 friend. Yeah, that's probably just going to end up being a rest. We'll go ahead and get all of our energy back. This way, if we see a megaphone in the shop, we can just use it. Don't need competitive spirits, we'll take stats. We do not have any skills worth buying yet. Good. And away we go. You might wonder, by the way, if we've managed to put together a UG2 rank runner. why we wouldn't just use the same deck all the time, because we know that it can produce UG2s. And the answer is that we're not really just looking to farm rating. We're looking to build a purpose-built runner to succeed on one very specific track, which means putting together a specific combination of gold skills and a specific combination of attributes, rather than just packing as many attributes into our trainee as we can. How close am I to actually getting gold on that wit training? I'm nowhere near gold. So I think I'm supposed to just buy the megaphone, because it's possible Seeking the Pearl is really close to gold at this point. So I want to save that grilled carrot set in case she shows up at speed. But if she doesn't, I would rather buy the Vita 20. So we can have the best of both worlds here if we just wait to buy. That's just a second good wit training. So we'll probably be taking that. Also, every time we have Vega on speed, we're getting an extra... Or every time we have her on wit, we're getting an extra speed out of it. Energy 5, wit 5. I think energy is very valuable right now. We have enough that we might be able to train late September, depending on how our gambles on these races go. And then that's an okay speed. I don't think Tosin Jordan's close enough to gold with a grilled carrot set, but we can still go ahead and take that. So at this point, we can buy whatever we want from the shop, because the other thing we'll be able to buy after we're done with the Niigata Junior Stakes. We don't have to use the carrots right now, because we might still end up getting Charming. So we'll just sit on them until we can actually use them to either bump a training to gold, or we get our hands on Charming from somewhere. Good. Exceptionally good track for Grass Wonders Unique, I have to imagine. With the straight starting in mid-race, and her Unique requiring her to be near the back on the final straight. That's an incredible time to get playtimes over. Like, I would love 15 energy, but PTO is a really good skill. So we'll go ahead and take that. We have 2 other late surgers that are going to be on our team that can potentially follow behind her to get that to trigger. And then we want to come back in here and go Vita 20 Empowering Megaphone, and probably... I want that Artisan Cleat Hammer too. I can get it after the Sapporo Junior Stakes. I'm not in a huge rush to get my hands on a Power Ankle Weight, because we only have the 1 power card. So if we have to let that one go because this is a good shop reset, then so be it, and that's life. We're also in range of probably a wit training off of this Vita 20, but not... Well, we might be in range now. It's a meaningful amount of energy. It might be a risky training, but we could take a training this turn. We'll go Artisan Cleat Hammer, Power Ankle Weight, just to have one. One friend, no friend. One friend, 2 friend. Yeah, these are all abysmal. I think I'm okay just taking a wit training here. Like, there's not really a point to resting, because if we end up doing this whole 6-race stretch, we're going to be out of energy by the end anyway, whether we rest or not. I do wish that I had meaningful friends on wit, but even if we fail, this is still going to be enough energy to do the next 2 races safely. The 3rd race might be a gamble, and then the 4th race and beyond, it doesn't matter if we're at 0 energy or not, so we'll just go ahead and take the wit. Succeeding at it is nice, because we get extra stats and friendship out of Etsuko, but it really didn't matter if we succeeded at that or not. Wit 10 practice perfect versus 20 energy and 10 speed. God, I wish I had that last turn. But I guess we take the energy here. Because if we don't run the Artemis Stakes, or possibly even if we don't run the daily high junior stakes, we could still train if we wanted to. I'm seeing Speed Ankle Weight, Artisan Cleat Hammer, Vita 20, Plain Cupcake Stamina Manual. There's lots to buy in that shop, but nothing outlandishly expensive. We should be able to afford it all. Technically, I guess we could have checked our trainings there, but it's okay. The Saudi Arabia Royal Cup was an epithet G3. Hello, Etsuko. Thank you for the power. This is an extra 10 energy. We're in good shape to train either late October or early November if we see a busted training, and I haven't seen anybody in the first 3 facilities, so this could be like 5 people on speed. Yeah. You know, that's probably good enough to skip a race at this point, especially because I can grilled carrot this into being a rainbow. So I think we go grilled carrot Vita 20. Is there anything else useful you could get from the shop here? Yeah, a Vita 20. You're probably not going to speed ankle weight this, although it is a level 2 speed training. What does one Vita 20 get you to? 56, so you don't need to buy a second Vita 20. Would you rather get a speed ankle weight for this, or a motivating megaphone? I think you'd rather get a speed ankle weight for it. And then go Vita 20 Cupcake, and you can come back for like Stam Manual and the other motivating megaphone. But I think we're really unlikely to train next turn. We'll just do this 4-race stretch after this. So let's go grilled carrot speed ankle weight. That puts Toast and Jordan to friendship level. And then we also build 3 friendships here. We're getting 23 extra stats out of that from the ankle weight. No, 19 extra stats. That's not that bad. I'd say that's fairly normal for a speed ankle weight. And then now, oh my god, it's good again. Can I take this other Vita 20? I can. Oh, there's no way this is right. We'd be skipping 2 races in junior year. That really doesn't feel good, but these are strong trainings that build friendship. Hey, this is 41 stats by itself. I should have bought the megaphone, but I had no way of knowing that the trainings were going to be this good. I take that again for the friendship progress. I don't like it. We're gonna have to find a way to make up those 2 races later on in the career. Because I definitely still want to be running around 40 races overall. But those are 2 really strong speed trainings. I don't think it'd be correct to turn those down. Especially because we've been hedging our bets against taking speed out of events and banking on the fact that we're going to get speed trainings. I think when those kind of speed trainings show up, we have to take them. If that's the way that we've been playing around speed in our event choices. Okay, as long as we don't lose any energy here, we'll be fine to run the Hanshin JF, and we'll be race fatigue proof. Good. Go ahead and give me Stamina Manual, Motivating Megaphone. You're going to be at 0 energy at the start of class. Nah, yeah, you can still manage it. Get your plain Cupcake, Gut Scroll after the Hanshin JF, and you already have a Power Manual, so you don't need to get another one. The only way this goes badly for you is if you have a massive shop reset in the Hanshin JF. And then you wouldn't necessarily want the Megaphone. You'd rather have 50 race coins to spend on other stuff, but I think if we don't see a shop reset after the Hanshin JF, we're fine with that choice. Good. And then just hopeful stakes to go. Wit Scroll, I can manage. That's fine. Full Throttle, very scary. If we wind up at like 800 stamina on this run anyway, I might think about buying it. Otherwise, as we talked about in the last video, I think it's too much energy to spend for the sake of getting mid-race velocity. If you missed that part at the end of yesterday's video, Full Throttle is minus 4% HP. And if you don't have context for how much 4% HP is, a white recovery is 1.5 and a gold recovery is 5.5. So taking Full Throttle is like removing a gold recovery from your skills pool. It takes that much stamina when it fires. Right-handed is good. Okay. This could be something. Eager is good. We can't tell yet if this is going to be a good ace run, but we're on a really nice trajectory so far. We have a strong stat line. We've built a lot of initial friendship. We've had decent shops. We've got one of our green skills that we're targeting. I'm already at 0 energy, so would I rather have 20 skill points or 10 skill points? I'd rather have 20 skill points if I can have the choice, please. And then shop reset says energy drink max I definitely want. Max EX I might want, but it's a little expensive right now. Let's go Guts Manual, Speed Manual for the sake of winning races, and then Energy Drink Max. We want to come back for Speed Ankle Weight, maybe Stam Ankle Weight, and maybe Energy Drink Max EX. We'll see what shows up in shop resets. And then I like the idea of resting this turn. Especially because none of these trainings look good, but, like, how are we going to take them anyway? And then if we don't see a good training late January, we can take the Open, and we can just get another 100 race coins. That's also +1 race to our overall skill point and race coin budget. And if we do see a good training, we can go Motivating Megaphone, Train, Race, Train. And I think that'll work out fine for us. So let's rest and cross our fingers for +50 at least. +50 is good enough to work with. We'll go to +60 off of Sunday. And then our training here dictates whether we race or not. It's not looking great so far. Yeah, that's not good enough to justify training, so we're just going to go ahead and take our Open. It's not going to be a ton of stats, it's not going to be a ton of skill points, but it is going to be race coins. And race coins are going to let us buy stuff from the shop, which is good. I don't need either of those items. We can go ahead and skip them. And then give me Speed Ankle Weight, Max EX, because if we see a good Seeking the Pearl training, we can pop a Max Energy to get extra training effectiveness for it. And then I'll come back for that Stamina Ankle Weight. We only need the one, and it's just if we see a good Stamina training. Oh, I did not mean to click Whip. Oh, that was a misclick. That was a pure misclick. We were supposed to take a versus race that turn. So I'm still 2 races behind. There's an Open today that we could take. We could take the Sumayer Stakes. The problem is that's actually a pretty good wit training. I don't know where I'm going to make up another race. Let me sketch something out quick. I'm going to do an explicit Classic Year schedule, even though I don't usually do that, just so I can figure out where I can make up an extra race. So give me 1 second here. So this is what I've come up with, and it's going to look like our normal race schedule because it is. There's actually not a ton of room for me to fit extra races into our normal approach to Classic Year, which means that I'm probably going to try and slot in a few races in summer break, depending on what our trainings look like. I think that's really the only way that I have to make up ground right now. And I want to make up ground because if we don't, then we're going to be stuck with a lower skill point budget than I would otherwise want. So I don't think it's really worth running 4 races here when our race option isn't open, so I'm going to take the 35 points of wit plus the friendship growth, and then we're just going to have to target races in summer break as our way of making up some lost ground that we need to make up. In particular, it's a devastating misclick. I'm actually shocked that I haven't misclicked a training up to this point. Nothing in the shop that we need, nothing in the shop that we can afford. We want to come back for that Stamina Ankle Weight. That is going to be a clonk. I don't want to come in 10th. I'm okay with not winning this race, but I would need to see like top 3 to make it worth my while. Being down 1 clock isn't that bad. Decent time to win the energy gamble too. Firm conditions not useful though. Alright, give me Master Cleat Hammer, Stamina Scroll, Stamina Ankle Weight. That's going to take us to 0. We have a shop reset next turn, so we'll be coming into that with 100 coins. But after that, we're running 5 races in 6 turns, so we should be able to afford stuff. It's a decent speed training, but I cannot skip any more races. I really cannot skip races past this point. Otherwise, we're going to have no skill points to work with. And then I did book us in for Triple Crown rather than Triple Tiara. Even though we're sub 300 stamina right now, we're about to inherit a bunch of it from our first inheritance. And we also have Lion Weight that we can buy if we really need to. I'd like to try and delay that as long as possible, just in case we see a Scholar's Hat show up, but if we need to buy a gold recovery, we have one available. Nimble Nav is good, Glittering Star is good. No medium S, though. So we're still in search of that. The training is nice, but it's not as good as a G1. The shop reset is okay. We can grab these two. Hand cream wouldn't be that bad. Grilled carrot we may actually not need at this point, but I do want that Vita 20. And I probably want one Guts ankle weight on me. So let's go ahead and run the Satsuki show so we can buy all of that. Should also be able to cleat hammer this. I would love more cleat hammers too. We'll clock that. Buy a neck. We're okay. We're in there. There it is. Decent time to win an energy gamble. We could maybe train. We have a Vita 20 right now. If we see a good training this turn, we can grab it. Power 20, skill points 10 versus energy 10, wit 10. Definitely energy right now. It just improves our training budget here. Single rainbow wit. Don't really care about seeking the pearl hints. This is probably just going to be a wit training, and I'm fine with that. I am a-okay with getting 28 points of wit for free, because the worst case is that it's nothing at all. We'll save that Guts ankle weight for later. Let me look at my friendships here. That grilled carrot takes Marvelous Sunday to gold, so it could turn this into a rainbow power training. I just don't think that's very good. Admire Vega is way behind, but we don't really need to train Guts that much. We kind of just brought her for race bonus and also just for wandering mood effect and speed bonus. So I'm not super concerned with her friendship. That said, we might still end up buying that grilled carrot set anyway. But I think we can just play it by ear. This is Dauntless, so that's done. Go ahead and take the NHK Mile Cup. Do you want to buy skills here because you're perennially scared of this race? Yeah, I'll take Nimble Nav. I'll take Nimble Nav, and I think that's it, because we know Glittering Star is going to get cheaper. And then we have no Cleat Hammer for this, so it's just going to be as is. I will spend one clock on this, and if we don't win it off this clock, we're just going to leave it. It's an epithet G1, but it's not that important. Okay, there we go. We're getting a little thin on clocks here. But we have most of the difficult races out of the way at this point. Powering Megaphone we definitely want. Grab that. Grab you while we're in here, and then I'll come back for that Guts ankle weight. There is a small amount of benefit that we get from waiting to see if we hit Charming in like the next 3 or 4 turns. So I don't have to pop that grilled carrot set now. But the second I see Marvelous Sunday on a power training, we'll go ahead and use it. There's Derby done. Yasuda and Takarazuka Kinan, if we don't win, we can just save them for senior year, and it's not a huge deal. Cupcake Gut Scroll is quite nice right now. I would love to see a Kale Juice, though, because I don't think I have any energy management for summer break right now. Yeah, I have 0. I have no energy recovery. I have no fail types. That is not a great spot to be in. So we have 2 races to manifest an energy solution for ourselves. Single rainbow that would put Satono Diamond to gold, but a grilled carrot set would also do that at this point. We're still going to take the G1. I can't. We gotta rerun that senior year. I need those clocks for the Kikuka show. We're gonna lose out on a few skill points as a result of that. But I think the clocks are just more important right now. There's our second gold recovery. Not that we're going to buy it. That is not a reliable gold recovery. That's also a nice speed training, but it's not the Takarazuka Keenan. Make sure you're not about to lose any items to the shop reset, by the way. Yeah, you're good. Let's make the Yasuda Keenan the only race that you drop here, Grass. We need these skill points to buy you nice things for later. That's also a really nice time to get a mood up. The rare Etsuko-less mood up for racing. I'll count that as you locking in. You get points for that. And we see Etsuko anyway. Okay, that's one source of energy recovery, technically. A fail tag will work. And we only hit race fatigue. Alright, show me what we got for summer. A Vita 20. That's nice. So we go Good Luck Charm, Power Scroll, Energy Drink Max, Vita 20. I have to leave the grilled carrots behind. A Vita 20 is just more important. We can fail tag this training if it's really good. Otherwise, I'm so heavily incentivized to rest here. It's pretty good. And if I double Vita 20 into it, I can take the next training no matter what. So let's do that. There's no reason to use grilled carrot here yet. None of these perks change based on friendship. And then nothing on the back half of my Empowering Megaphone is pretty brutal. But this does mean that it's an opportunity for us to make up a race. So we'll take the right-handed one for more right-handed hints. This is also a summer race. It's a chance for us to get Summer Runner. There are multiple good things that could happen here. No Summer Runner hint. Life goes on. Seeking the Pearl alone. Good stamina training. But I only have the one Good Luck Charm, and I have no other way of recovering energy right now. I don't think you need the grilled carrot at this point. I think you can just go stamina manual. Your stamina's at 351 already. This is just such an underwhelming speed training because it's just seeking the pearl there. I wish that this turn was a wit training. Do I have a whistle? No, so I can't force it to be a wit training. And 52% I think is an unacceptable margin of failure. I think our best option here is probably to go Energy Drink Max because it's a Seeking the Pearl training. Empowering Megaphone, Speed Ankle Weight, Good Luck Charm. And then race late August. Because late August is another opportunity for us to make up lost skill points, and it's also an excuse to burn... Wow, it's a good wit training. I wish I had one Vita 20. I could even put Septono Diamond to gold for that. It's okay, you're already at 576 wit. That's a pretty good number to be at. Let's just go ahead and do the Sapporo Keenan. This is going to put us to 116. We're going to burn that energy off. I might just try and run the Niigata Keenan on 0. And then energy drink whatever the medium after that is, because there's like 3 different mediums on that turn. And just try and tank our possibility of getting race fatigue after that. But then we have problems early October because we still have no energy management. Give me another grilled carrot just so that I can try and put Admire Vega to gold. And because we have a little bit of a race coin surplus right now. None of those are worth, so we'll just go ahead and race this turn. I'm just going to cross our fingers and hope that we don't get race fatigue here. This is also another summer race, so this is another opportunity to get Summer Runner. I think it's our last opportunity to get Summer Runner until next year. I think starting next turn, most of the races are fall. Nothing. All I've got is a nice hint, though. Race fatigue is fine. We have opportunities to fix that. I think we have 2 cupcakes right now, maybe 3. Oh, we get the free mood up. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Good power training, but not better than a race. And then here we go ahead and energy drink max again. This maxes out Seeking the Pearls training effectiveness. We're up to 120 now. We still have a small probability of getting race fatigue after this. Extremely minor benefit here that the Kobe Shimbunhai could maybe give us cloudy days. So it's going to be a slight fan loss. But there's extremely minor green skill upside here. And then we're just crossing our fingers that we don't hit race fatigue again. It's not horrible if we do. We have a skin cream, we have cupcakes, but not getting it would be preferable if possible. Eager's also nice to get again. Power 10, Guts 10. Power's lagging behind a little. Let's go ahead and take power. Please, any form of energy management. A Vita 40, I'll take it. That's good enough. Give me a speed ankle weight, whip manual, speed manual. That is a really unimpressive shop reset otherwise, but at least we can Vita 40 into a wit training this turn. At least you can Vita 40 into like a 12% chance to fail a speed training this turn. So we're taking it. And I don't know when else I'm going to use that motivating megaphone, so go ahead and pop it now. 19% chance to fail? You still take it. If you don't take a speed training like this, you're not a Numa player anymore. That's huge. That's really big. So how am I feeling about the Kikuka show? Also, how much energy do I have right now? I don't have an energy drink on me anymore. I can't check. Single rainbow? Yeah, not good enough. Not that good enough. You're at 351 and only 217 guts. I think you're gonna need a gold recovery for this. So let's go ahead and find Lion Weight and grab that, even though it's a little expensive. Our other option would be Glittering Star, but it's a less reliable recovery. And also we know it's going to get cheaper. Whereas Lion Weight is possible to get cheaper, but I think it's relatively unlikely. And it is a firm Kikuka show, so we shouldn't need that much stamina. I mean, with Lion Weight, we should be fine. Urban as a rival is not exactly known for having stamina. Alright, we're good. We're through like 80% of the difficult parts of this run. Spring Tenno still might be a little sketchy, and then also we might just randomly lose to being a late surger. But everything else from here I think we can manage. Resets as plain cupcake. Definitely grab me one of those. I don't mind carrying one motivating megaphone around with me when our shop coins are fairly high. Because it means if we do see a good training on a turn that we'd be taking off, we can just milk a little bit of extra stats out of it. I wouldn't buy that megaphone if I was only at like 50 coins right now, but we were pushing 300. I don't mind dumping a little bit into that. Feeling pretty good about this run so far, though. I think we're more or less on target for where we want our stats to be. Giving up a single rainbow, a single rainbow, a single rainbow. Stamina might be a little on the low side, but that's the beauty of having a gold recovery, is that it covers up for a lot of those issues. Like, we only need to make it to 600 stamina or so, and then we can trust our recovery to take care of the rest of it. We've also made up good ground on the junior races that we skipped by taking those 2 races in summer. Really the only thing on my wish list right now is cleat hammers and also like 1 to 2 kale juice. Or fail tags. I'd take fail tags too. I'm not picky. Even a Vita 20 is like, I can drink that into a wit training if I need to. I would still take it. Challenge Cup is a versus, and it's right-handed. So I'm fine taking that. This is 4 in a row, so it's a chance to hit after repeated races, but just a chance. It's not guaranteed. A little bit of guts is not that bad right now. Late Savvy's nice. After repeated races is rough. What did I lose? Speed, stam, guts? Okay, actually, those are the 3 stats that I probably mind losing the least, if we're being honest. As long as it's not touching power wit, I'm fine. Speed's almost at 700 already. I think we're on trajectory to cap that this run as long as we get some decent senior trainings. And then mood I can fix with cupcakes. We have that situation under control. It's going to cost every cupcake I have, but we can fix it. We could also just eat one, leave ourselves a good, and wait to see Etsuko. Speak of the devil. And I can't choose. Okay. The Santa shop reset. The late December shop reset into everything that was on my Christmas wish list. We love that. We also go direct to great. Okay, so we can save all of our cupcakes now. Is this Fast and Furious? No. That's unfortunate, and it probably puts us close to rerun territory. But if we can still find medium S, it's possible that I could overlook it. What is our power right now anyway? Our power's like 550, isn't it? Our power's almost 600. We should have had pretty good odds to hit there, but I suppose that's what they are in the end, is odds, aren't they? So we can go Kale Juice Cupcake. Let's jump on this speed training. It's an extra 38 speed for nothing on a turn where we weren't going to do anything anyway. And then I think we stay aggressive with our race schedule, and we go race, 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 train, and then race, 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 train, race, race. Speed Star does not matter. That's also not a bad speed training. It's 41 stats worth of speed, and there's not a versus race this turn. So now what we could do is we can go train, and then we can go race, ideally race, 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 and then day off, and then race, race, and then race, race. And it's functionally the same number of races. We're just shifting where the rest turn is. So instead of resting on early March, we're now resting on late January. I think I'm okay with that. It doesn't matter if I push Admire Vega to gold here or not, because this is not her designated facility. Again, if I had known that we had a second good training coming up, I wish I would have used that motivating megaphone, but hindsight is 20/20. So let's go ahead and take this. This probably means we do not need to train speed all that much for the rest of the run. I think I need like one good double rainbow speed training in summer, and then we probably never have to touch it again. Okay. Great Etsuko opportunity. We might actually end this run with cupcakes because of how often we're seeing Etsuko right now. I also think that is empowering Megaphone 5. Do not need pace strategies, so we'll just take stats out of that. 330 skill points, very good. Yeah, that's empowering Megaphone 5, so we're done with that now. Single rainbow. Not really anything to write home about when we have a versus race option. It's not the Kokura, but we'll take the versus race because this could be a late searcher hint for us. Okay. Hello again, Etsuko. Thank you for the speed. It's not super necessary, but thank you anyway. M Savvy isn't needed, but Guts 10 is fine. Don't need any of that. Decent power training, decent wit training, but we're going to go ahead and take a race this... Well, actually, it's not a versus race. How would you feel about... You could Vita 20 into wit this turn and then just run early April, too. We can just go like this. I don't hate the idea. we'll just slide these races around a little bit. Gives us a little extra energy padding to do the next stretch of 4 races, too. And then we can go Osaka High, Cleat Hammer it because it's a G1. Good. Power is very nice. Small breather is not necessary. Would love to see medium S here. We have a lot of 2-star medium sparks, so even though it's not gold, we could still inherit it. We could also just get nothing. I mean, those are good white sparks, but fairly lackluster inheritances this run overall. Give me speed ankle weight. Give me stem manual, wit manual, a miracle cure just to cover us off. That is not a very good shop reset. I would like to see some big shop resets out of our races here if possible. I don't think that is a race that's important enough for us to blow a clock on. So we're just going to take it. I also think we're low enough on energy that the gamble doesn't matter here. Ah, never mind, maybe it does. Whatever. Decent wit training, but I think that a G1 is still going to be more valuable. It's the Tenno in the rain. Okay, let's go buy Glittering Star then. Let's also... Not gonna get Small Breather. Small Breather's just bad. I'm not gonna get Fresh Air. I think we just hope that this is good enough. Hey, this is a gold recovery and a white recovery. We are at 488 stamina, which is like 100 lower than I'd like to be. Who's my rival? My rival is not known for packing stamina. There's a chance that we could win this. I think our odds are fairly low, but it's not like it's impossible. Yeah, there we go. By distance? Okay, it turns out it was actually really easy, and we were sandbagging. Hello, Etsuko. Good shop reset. I don't need Small Breather. Race fatigue is fine. We are equipped with so many cupcakes to fix race fatigue right now. Give me these 3. Honestly, we're so coin rich right now. Give me a second Guts ankle weight. Give me a second Power ankle weight. If I see good trainings, I want to jump on them. Double Rainbow Speed. Weighted against a versus race. We'll be taking the versus Q. Also, remember you lost the Yasudikinen in Classic, which means that you need to win it this year if you want the Mile epithets. Which you are still alive for. You're definitely still alive for them after winning the Victoria Mile. This would be a decent fail tag turn. Just getting race fatigue there is really nice. Do not need Masterful Gambit, that's end closer technology. I would not mind drinking a Vita 20 into that wit. I'll take 1 cupcake too, just to bump our mood up by 1 level. Get a few extra stats out of that. Still nothing in the shop. Good. So that gives us the energy for the Yasuda. And then we get 20 energy back for the Takarazuka. Still no Cleat Hammers. Okay. What do I want to see this summer break? I want to see one big power training, because I think our power is lagging behind a little bit right now. That would be quite nice. I would settle for a fairly large Guts training too. That would help pull our power up as well. You didn't even get a shop reset out of that. You don't even have to check. So this is Spring Senior Triple Crown. Done. Technically it was done when we did the Tenno, but It's just an extra G1 to add to the list. And then we have one fail tag, and that's it. That's our entire energy management package. So far. That's your entire energy management package, period. Well, and a Vita 20. That's fairly underwhelming. Also, give me the energy drink max EX. We can't go above 120, but this tells me exactly what my energy is. We've basically paid 50 energy for a clock. Don't really think the good luck charm is worth here. I might just rest. If I rest and then take a wit, I could do anything I want for the rest of summer break. Hey, there's almost an argument that you could Vita 20 into wit, and then if you wit again, you could do whatever you want. So maybe you should do that to keep your momentum going. Empowering Megaphone, Vita 20, take the wit training. It puts Admire Vega to gold. So now you have Rainbow Guts trainings on. You haven't seen a single whistle. That's a problem. But what you can do here is gamble on a 12% speed failure, and then you can good luck charm your next training, and then just rest. Or you can race and then fail tag. Because there's nothing this turn. Oh, give me that summer runner. This is not the ace run. I think we're missing too many things. We're missing Fast and Furious. We're missing Medium S. We're, as of right now, missing Summer Runner. Wow, it's a shop reset and a half. But it is good for getting the deck sighted in, and the deck doesn't feel that bad. I can even take that training. Because now I can go Kale Juice, Cupcake. I still have basically no energy management plan for the finals. I also didn't need to buy 2 of those grilled carrots, but we haven't had to choose. We haven't had to make any difficult decisions in our shop, so it doesn't really matter. Then we go Empowering Megaphone Speed Ankle Weight. Take that speed training. So we don't need to touch speed ever again. We need to do wit and power and maybe guts here and there. And that's basically it. Our speed is going to cap, no problem. In fact, we probably could have skipped one of those early speed trainings for the sake of doing an extra race. But I don't think it's cost us that much. Guts 12 is good. I do not need that speed ankle weight. I'll still buy that manual. Oh, we also don't have Umamusume. We never saw Umamusume show up. So yeah, this run is missing a lot of components for what I would like an Ace Grass Wonder to have. But it has been useful for sighting in the deck. And I think we can run this deck back a few times and see if we can't do just a little bit better with it. That wit training is not worth it. Medium right-handed? Yeah, it's your only medium option this turn. I almost wonder if I can find room for Nishino Flower in this deck. Maybe just running 2 power cards might help get our power to where it needs to go. Vita 40 is really nice right now. Double Pretty Mirror. Not really. You still have your Motivating Megaphone. You don't need to buy any more Empowering Megaphones. You already have a Miracle Cure. I think you can skip a lot of what's in this shop. You would like to train this turn. It's a Guts training. Okay. Hold on. Motivating Megaphone that, because I don't know where else you're going to get the opportunity to use that. You're at 2 good luck charms. I think we can just drink a Vita 40 here to make this training fail-proof. It's a pretty low chance we were going to fail it in the first place, but We're going to do 5 more races to close the rest of this run out, and I'm pretty sure we'll see a fail tag in there. So let's supplement our power and speed a little bit with some guts training. And then this is just going to be 5 races in a row. There's basically no training that could be good enough to pull me off of doing this. We don't even need to look at speed, because it's going to cap no matter what. If we take a speed training, it's going to be for the sake of building power. Okay. Hawkeye, not useful for CMs. Would be nice for team trials. Gut scroll, and that's it. Don't need anything else in there. We'll go to QE2 Cup again. I see no rainbows. There is nothing in there that could possibly be good. Okay. No speed. Wit 20? I'll take it. There's our third fail tag, so we don't have to worry about that either. Give me you. Go ahead and, well, what's the training? Single rainbow with let's go there. This is just Japan cut. And I think we're out of cleat hammers now. Yeah, we are. Okay. Speed 15? Etsuko, that's not what I asked you for. Etsuko, I don't need speed, Etsuko. I'm already fast enough. Also, do you have any cupcakes left? You have no cupcakes left. That makes the possibility of getting, after repeated races, into skin condition here a little scary. But I think we just commit to it, because none of those trainings are that great. Give me a right-handed good conditions. I should be able to get a hint for wet conditions off of the track being good. Because good technically counts as wet conditions for some reason. By distance in a 2,000 meter medium, it's a fairly bullish sign for how this run is going. Just don't roll skin condition. And then roll into skin condition. Okay. I can kind of survive that. Solo wit, not good enough. Artisan cleat hammer for sure. Look, you have 500 race coins. Just buy the other power ankle weight. If you see 3 power trainings in a row, you'd actually be really happy with that. So go ahead and just grab it. And cleat hammer the Arima. I don't know if you can get cupcakes in the final shop. I don't remember ever seeing one. But I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that they can't be there. We'll see. No shop reset is a little unfortunate there. We have a lot of coins to spend. But we have our 3 fail tags, so that's our energy management plan. I would like to see 3 Master Cleat Hammers, and then maybe just a bunch of scrolls and a Berry Sweet Cupcake, if such a thing is possible. How about 1 Cleat Hammer and 2 manuals? Yeesh. It's not exactly what we're hoping to see out of the final shop, is it? Well, we'll run with it. Good wit training, at least. Really good wit training, actually. Get rid of skin condition just because. Fail tag number 1. I'm gonna push wit to 1,000 here. We use our single cleat hammer. Okay. I'm honestly A-okay with this stat line. I would like to have about 100 more power, maybe 150 more power. But outside of that, I like everything that's going on here. I do feel like we maybe high-rolled this deck a little bit. I think we saw a lot of good trainings, especially early on. But I think Admire Vega has actually done a fine job here. I would just love to find a way to get more power in here somehow. Because Marvelous Sunday is not exactly it for doing power training. Maybe I can shave a wit card. Wonder if there's a power card that gives... Oh, you know what? There is. I was gonna say, I wonder if there's a power card that gives a good gold recovery. It's Air Groove power. But I don't have Air Groove power. So that presents a problem. She would be really interesting to use for this deck. But I think that Seeking the Pearl has been doing an amazing job as a Borrow, so I'm not really that excited about the possibility of replacing her right now. I think we just run this deck back and maybe get a few good power trainings in there somewhere. So we've overcapped speed by like 60. By a fairly significant margin. We could also maybe think about that Power Inheritance Maruzensky that we found. But then the problem with that is that I think we're on like the razor's edge of the stamina that we need to actually finish the Triple Crown. Like 665 is pretty much exactly where I want to wind up. And inheriting power doesn't train power. So this is we're in parent run territory. So let's go ahead and think about what would be good parent skills. Right-handed, firm conditions, homestretch haste. Prepared to pass wouldn't be bad. Pilfer's fine. Productive plan, updrafter. Well, productive plan is okay. No, not really. Shifting gears is fine. Medium straights is fine. Dominator's good. Murmur's fine. Late corners is fine. Fighter's fine. Sharp gaze is okay if we wanted to make like a debuffer parent. Late surger, savvy is good. PTO is good. All I've got, eager, pumped. Do you want to spark full throttle? I'd like to spark with all my soul. So what do we drop for that? Let's start dropping mild stuff. Also, let's drop Pace Chaser stuff. Just really try and prioritize medium skills and prioritize late surger skills. Maybe something like this, and then we're just skipping Dauntless. Pumped is a really good mile skill, so I'm fine leaving that in. Yeah, this seems okay. Oh, you could get rid of Prepared to Pass, too. Yeah, you don't need that. Grab, like, Homestretch Haste. Grab, like... Fearless. Well, the difference between Fearless and Homestretch Haste is fairly small, but Homestretch Haste is generic. Like, you can use Homestretch Haste on anybody, so let's do that, and we'll just say that we're wasting 58 skill points. Firmly in parent run territory, but I think it's a question of just getting better run RNG. If this power was 1119 and this wit was like 826, I would feel much differently about how good this deck is. So maybe that's what we try and calibrate. I wonder if there's a different place I can get a gold recovery, because I don't love running that Satono Diamond wit card. I wish that could be something else. 2 power, 2 turf is kind of interesting. 3-star PTO is really interesting. Eager, PTO, sharp gaze, medium straights. This is a fairly specialized medium turf parent. I'm fine giving you the turf stamp. I don't immediately know what I would use you for, but it's not bad, Sparks. Could be Skill Master. You will not be getting the handshake, though. As far as an ace runner for CM goes, we can do better than that. But I am going to go look at my card collection really quick. I want to find a different gold recovery. So can I do that with my speed cards? No. I don't think I have anything in here that can grant us a recovery skill. One that's usable anyway. Like, we could get Trackblazer off of Suzuka. That only works for fronts. Breath of Fresh Air is not consistent enough. Watchful Eye only works on miles. We're not going to get it out of any of our speed cards. Obviously, we could get it out of Creek. So if we ran Creek to get Maestro, we could then go back to that Suzuki or that Maruzenski that has full power inheritances. That's actually kind of interesting to think about. Maybe that's the approach that we take. So that's one option. I don't really want to run a stamina card otherwise. Most stamina cards in Trackblazer are very bad. Power cards. None of you have a recovery. Kawakami Princess is like shatterproof or something, isn't she? Unyielding. Yeah, same thing. So we don't have recoveries there. We don't have any good Gold Guts cards. We can ignore all of those. And then SSR with recoveries. It's basically just Satono Diamond. So the one change that we might end up making to the deck, and I think this is what we'll try tomorrow, is what if we get rid of Satono Diamond Wit? Because I don't feel like I need 1,000 Wit. I think I can make do with like 800 Wit. Well, or... actually, maybe this is the play. Just bear with me for a second. I know that Fine Motion is a very strong Wit card, but like... What about this? So that would be 2 speed, 2 power, 1 wit, 1 stam. It would still keep Satono Diamond online, so we get the training effectiveness out of her. I think it's going to be very bad for wit, but I think it's going to be better for power. And that was explicitly the stat swap that I wanted to make, is I wanted to exchange 200 wit for 200 power. The other thing is that we would be losing 1 wit card and we would be losing 1 guts card for the sake of capping speed. But we did overcap speed by a pretty wide margin that run. I think this is going to leave us lower on speed, but it would be worth a try. And then the third thing that we could do is we could just say, look, we're bringing you for lion weight. We don't necessarily care if you get the training effectiveness or not, even though we acknowledge that it's going to make you a worse card. And we go like this. We just run a very normal looking 2/2/2 deck, because Grass Wonder has the growths to be able to handle that. There's a few different options that we could explore there, but that'll be something that we try for next time. Let's go ahead and take care of some dailies, then we'll pack it up for the day. It feels nice having a bit of extra time banked to do CM prep for a change. You know, I think we can throw you at like every problem under the sun. Just have you take care of it. You have all of the stats in the world. And you're a pace chaser, so your odds of getting blocked are fairly low. By distance? Yeah, I think you're our new daily runner. That's fairly potent. Gold Chip Star pieces, King Halo Star pieces, Alarm Clock, Long Shoes, Futurity Stakes. We don't run the Futurity Stakes at all in Trackblazer, so we should probably pick that up. Also, let's keep stocking up on Long Shoes, because last time we looked at them, we ran out. No, give me the support points. We have so much money right now. It's gonna be so easy to find her too. We just sort by rating descending, and there she is. I would like to produce a stronger runner than her before Trackblazer is over. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Alarm Clock. Long Shoes. Yasuda Kinen, we run that thing. And then let's go see how Team Trials is looking. I mean, I know how it's looking. We're still inside retention threshold, but let's see how the scores are looking. Here is Ye Olde Tracker. Let's see how the scores changed today. You know, just out of curiosity, I'm going to wait until I see L do fairly well in a race. And I'm going to note down the number of points that she gets, and then I am going to swap in that UG2 one. Just to see what the actual difference is. I suspect that the current one, even though she's not that great, is probably still going to be better than that UG2. But we can empirically test that. So Special Week goes to 4. Agnes Digital goes to 18. Satono Diamond goes to 3. L loses... Okay, never mind. She's getting swapped out now. Mayano minus 22. Ishino to 8. Let's go make that swap and just see what happens. So my suspicion is that switching this L out... First of all, she's going to compete with Taiki for good position bonus because we didn't build her as a frontrunner. We built her as a pace chaser. But 2 is... She might have the stat line to do better in races, and she also has the stat line to push us into S5, which I think is like a carrot unlock for us, which is useful. But I don't think she's actually going to score that many points because her sparks are so split between mile and medium and everything else. But let's empirically test that hypothesis. We can be data-driven about this. She came in 6th, so that's like not a great sign. But let's see where she's at on points. Also at the bottom. Just functionally no difference. But one trial is not necessarily science. We're gonna do it a few times to get a feel for it. Why can I not find winning ticket? There you are. Winning ticket to 5. We're not gonna mark that down. You're not real. Tamamo Cross going to 14. No, Tamamo Cross going to 12. And then Gold Chip going to minus 10. Yeah, Stolen last, even though she's UG2. Because we didn't build her for team trials. We built her to be a parent, and those are 2 totally separate things. Fourth? She beat Taiki. But that's still not great. She's still not even on the first page. She's just barely escaped the bottom rankings. Agnes Digital to 20. Nishino Flower to 9. Mayano Top Gun clawing a point back to minus 21. Winning ticket to 6. Agnes Tachyon to 5. No. Agnes Tachyon to 4. What was winning ticket at? I can't go back that far. I'll go back in the records and check. But Tachyon is down to 4. And then Taiki's down to negative. She's in a good mood. She was the best dirt finisher that time, but she still didn't win. She's still not on the first page. Special Week to 5. Tamamo Cross to 13. Satono Diamond to 4. Mayano to minus 22. Winning ticket to 5. Auction to minus 4. And then last one. That could be really good. There's only one 6th place finish in there, but that's a 5 win. It's only 793. Oh, at least we get the presents out of it. We'll go to our daily shop and then we'll see how the UG2L did that time. Alarm clock. ABC Sprint medium shoes. Yeah, I'm good on both of those. Thanks, though. Race history says... Hey, she's on the front page this time, but she's still not top 3. So, Agnes Digital to 21. Nishino Flower to 10. Agnes Tachyon to 5. Air Groove to -3. Taiki Shuttle to -2. Auction to -5. So you can believe me or you cannot believe me. It's up to you. But one of the things that we talk about constantly when we're playing Uma here is that rating does not tell you the whole story of how good your runner actually is. I lost my front L. Well, I look for her. Rating doesn't tell you the whole picture of how good a runner actually is. You also need to have a runner that is built to do specific things. You need team trial skills that activate regularly, or you need the correct stat line, or you need the correct gold skills, or you need the correct aptitudes, etc. And so, well, that is only 4 team trial runs. Hopefully it is a decent case in point that we have runners on this team. Tamamo Cross is S+, and she is our second best team trials runner. And it's because she has a stat distribution that allows her to excel at the one very specific thing that we've built her to do, which is score points in long team trials runs. So just because we have this monstrous UG2L sitting around does not necessarily mean that it's automatically better than all of the custom stuff that we've put together. And the fact that she got outscored in every single one of those team trial rounds and never broke the top 3 should be a pretty decent indication of that. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead, grab our club rewards, spin our bingo wheel, and then that will do it for today. We have one more Grass Wonder run tomorrow that we'll do, where we try that modified deck out. And then we'll be doing Sunday stream. And I think the plan for Sunday stream is going to be to take the, hopefully by that point, 3 aces that we have. Because I think we have an okay Satono Diamond, I think we have an okay Gold Chip, and we're in process of making an okay Grass Wonder. And we're just going to try and make each of them better. We're going to do a little bit of deck refinement, we're going to try and do some high rolls. We're going to see if we can't improve on what we have already. Because while I think all of those runners are good, all of those runners also have fairly pronounced flaws that I would like to address. And so I think that'll be a fun stream activity. So hopefully I will see you around for that. Otherwise, if you're enjoying the Uma series, do make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Those are metrics that I do use on my end to keep an eye on what people enjoy watching and what they might want to see next. And if you have any questions about today's runs, comments about how your own CMs are going, or you just want to talk about anything else that's on your mind that's Uma related, drop me a note down in the comments and let me know. This is also the borrow information for the account. We have our Fine Motion, we have our White Spark, Mountain, El Condor, Passat. If you would like to use either of those, the trainer ID is right there for you. It is always appreciated when you borrow from the account, but never required. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.